Welcome. This is Dr. Gilbert, Eyabi. Today I'm going to give a short introduction on the Hawks learning system. Disclaimer: I do not work for Hawks, nor am I being paid for doing this. The target group are my students who take math classes with me using various texts published by Hawks. This is supposed to serve as a supplementary introduction to the various introductory videos on the Hawks website. So to start off, you turn on your computer. You can do very little with your computer turned off. So with your computer turned on, you want to select any browser and type in hawkslearning.com. That's all you need, hawkslearning.com, and enter. That should take you to this page. That's the home page. On this home page, we have here students, instructors. Under student, you select download the software. You do not need to pay any money to download the software. It's free of charge. Select a product to download. If you're taking Math 100 with me, this is the software you download. Introductory Algebra. If you're taking Math 101 College Algebra, this is the software. If you're taking Math 130 Pre-Calculus, this is the software. If you're taking Math 108 Statistics and Probability, this is the software. For the purpose of this introduction, I'm going to use Introductory Algebra. So simply click on Introductory Algebra and follow the process. It should download the software onto your computer, and once that process is accomplished, it will leave an icon on your desktop, Introductory Algebra. Click on the icon or double click on the icon. It will ask you to enter your access code. Now, you do not have an access code at this point, except maybe you took the class before. So you do not have an access code at this point, except you've taken this class before. So what you do is you go to I need an access code. If you bought a new text from the bookstore, then it probably came with a license number. Click here to register your license number. It would ask you for a couple of things: the student first name, student last name, the software license number, your email. You confirm it, you select your school, and so on and so forth. It's going to ask you a couple of questions. You answer all the questions, and in that process leading you to register for the class, it would also ask you for the Hawks course ID for the class you're taking. If it is Introductory Algebra, then the Hawks course ID is Anderson University IDA. And once you put in the Hawks course ID correctly, you should see a couple of classes displayed. Make sure you select your class. If you're taking Math 100 with me in Term 3, Spring 2014, then this is your class, Math 100 Online Term 3 Spring 2014, and the instructor is Dr. Gilbert, Eyabi. If you take another instructor, then you would be signed into another person's class and you have to jump a couple of hoops to get transferred into my class. Okay, let's go back to I need an access code. So that's the process. You agree, hit enter, and it would generate an access code for you. So the license number you get with the textbook is not your access code. It is a license number. When you put in the license number and go through the process, then it would generate an access code. As a matter of fact, it would email the access code to you. You go to your email, just copy the access code, and I will show you where to paste it. Okay, let's go back a step. If you did not buy a new text from the bookstore, that means you do not have a license number. You must have a new license number. You cannot use another person's license number to access this class. That's not possible. It's unique per person, per student, and it's yours for life. So what do you do in that case? You go to purchase an access code. You click right there, and the good news is that it's not very expensive. You select your school, you go through the process, and it's just a few dollars. And I'll let you find out exactly how much that is. If you have already taken this class and you do not know where your access code is, that's fine. Remember, the access code is yours for life. All you have to do is click right here, find my access code, and it should be able to lead you through a couple of steps to get your access code. So once you register your license number and an access code is generated, you go back to the page we came from. Enter your access code. Right here, you type in your access code. It's going to be really long, but the good news is that would be the first and probably the last time you would ever have to type it in. Because once you type in and click OK, it will ask you if you want to save the access code. My recommendation is click yes and save it on a flash drive. So next time when you come to the system, instead of typing out the access code, just go to load from a file, and I go to my flash drive, Math 100. I select my access code, whatever you call it, and open. It gives you your name. If that is not your name, then the information is not correct. Repeat the process. If that is you, click yes, and that takes you into the class. So that is the class. This is the welcome page you would see. On this welcome page, you have 3 icons: your web test, your progress report, and messages. Under messages, you can check your inbox, you can compose an email, and so on and so forth. But I'm not going to use this icon a lot, so that will not be a big point of interest for me. Progress report. Progress report is where you go to find out what is due, your overall grade, what certifications, the homework you've already accomplished out of the total number of homework assigned. You check when your finals are due, when the Hawks learning system lessons are due, that is your online homework, when paper homework are due, when quizzes are due, when tests are due, and so on and so forth. You do not take the finals, the tests, the homework on this page. This page simply serves as an information page to tell you what is due. So when you see what is due, what do? You go back to the home page for the class and you follow the procedure, which I'm going to show you next. But while we're here, let me just say this. If you happen to be in an area where there is no network, there's no internet, that's okay. You can do your homework and save your certificate on your flash drive. And when you come to an area where there's internet, you go under Submit My Certificate and choose the file number, submit, and it comes straight into my gradebook. Now, so if you go to your progress report, you see the online homework that's due, you see the tests that are due, the quizzes due, if finals are due, you're going to see it right there. So everything will be displayed. So how do you now go ahead to either do your homework, take the quizzes, or the test? Let me start with the quizzes and the test. You take the quizzes and the tests from this icon, Web Test. If you click on Web Test, it will ask you, do you want to take an assigned test? Do you just want to create your own test? Do you want to review a test you've already completed? If a test is assigned, you click OK and take the assigned test. If you want to review, to prepare for another test or to prepare for the finals, click on this. Right now, no test is assigned, so we don't have to click on take an assigned test. But let me show you this. If I tell you that you're going to have a test, it will cover chapters 1 and 2. So what should you do? How would you prepare for the test? Go on to create my own test. Hit OK. You want, say, 30 questions. You want to take your time, so you don't want any time limit. You start from section 1. You press your control button. You select 1.1a. Select that. Select. So basically, you select every section that applies for the particular test, and we can stop right there and hit OK. And the system would generate 30 questions from the sections that you're required to study for the exam. And this is how you prepare for test. And if you do this and actually go through all these questions and do your very best, there is no way you're not going to make a beautiful A in this class. Okay? Okay, so that is how you take your test, your quizzes, finals, anything that has to do with test. Quizzes, tests, finals, web test. Now, your homework. If you go to your progress report and homework is due, how do you do the homework? To the left, you have the chapters. You click on the chapter and the sections will open up to the right. If a particular section has been assigned, this is the symbol you would see. If you have completed the section and done on time, you would have this icon right there. If you completed the section and it's late, you would have this icon right there. If you completed a section that was not assigned for review purposes, this is the icon that you would see. Click on any of these sections. 1.1a, for example, you see 3 other icons: instruct, practice, certify. Click on instruct, for example.
The objectives of this lesson are as follows.
Good. So that gives you another teacher. You have the objectives. It tells you everything. It's a whole lecture, PowerPoint lecture. As a matter of fact, let me go one step. The next page.
The study of algebra requires that we know a variety of types of numbers and their names. The numbers n equals 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so go through all the pages. That would give you audio lectures from that section. If you really want to see a live person talk to you, well, right here, video. Click on that.
We're going to make a connection between the real numbers and the number line. We'll start very simply with finding a place on the number line called 0.
Very good. So we have all these resources available. So as far as lecture materials are concerned, we are good. As a matter of fact, on the Moodle system, I also have the PowerPoints displayed and the videos again displayed. So all the lecture materials for this class are available within reach. Now, once you're done with the instruct, you can now go to your practice. Okay, let's take this away. You can go to your practice. You are not graded on the practice. The level is known as pre-certify. It simply helps you get ready for certify. Certify is where you actually do the homework. Plot the set -2, 0, 2, 3. So we have -2, 0, 2, 3. And you check that. Way to go. Good job. Okay. So once you're done and you feel like, you're confident enough, you want to start the certify, so you go ahead and start your homework. That's the certify page. Determine whether the following statement is true or false. -6.5, is it less than or equal to 7.9? Well, I say it's true. I check it. Way to go. Okay. Now, you can pause the certify at any point in time and resume later. So would you like to save this certification, this homework, and resume from where you've stopped? You say yes. And let me just say this really quickly. Right here, you see the strikes remaining. There are 17 questions. You are only allowed to fail 3. If you fail more than 3, the system kicks you back to the very beginning. This is a mastery system and will require at least an 80% mastery before you can be considered having certified. Okay, very good. So we can exit the lesson completely. So we have our messages, we have our progress report, we have our web tests, we know how to take quizzes, how to take tests, how to do our homework, and we know how to download the software and to register for the class. And I think this short introduction is all you might need to supplement any other introductory videos you have on Hawks and be ready for your class on the first day of class. If you have any questions, shoot me a quick email and I will be glad to answer. And let me just say this really quickly before I get off here. One thing that you would find very useful would be this. Technical support. They work Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and right here you have their number. Please call tech support if something happens, your system is freezing and you cannot get access to the Hawks page, or something is going on that, it sounds like you may actually be behind in your work. You may want to check with the technical team and see what's going on. You also have a support session 24/7 live chat with Hawks representatives. So please take advantage of all these support tools and enjoy this class. I wish you the very best, and I hope we would have a great time learning math online. God bless you.